What's going on, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today I'm here with my top 10 list for this coming week's new comic book days. If you want to see what made the list and let me know what's on your list, don't go anywhere. Check this out. Shout out to the homies over at Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website. Follow them on all the social medias. They're dropping all those fantastic New York Comic Con exclusives little by little. And if you cannot make it to the show, you can get an early access attempt at picking up some of them that will be limited allocations to their website. You don't want to miss out on some of that fire. So let's get into it. These are the books releasing on September 26th for the DC and Lunar people and 27th for the Diamond people. So depending on where your shop releases stuff, you're just going to have to check on that. But first off, I do want to make note, if you've been following this list, you know that EXO Manowar Unconquered #4 has been on this list because they've been delayed. Turns out Valiant went kaput. Valiant Comics is no more. Alien Publishing is taking on their inventory, their stock, their characters, and everything. So there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. Liam Sharp himself stated that the book is finished. It's done. It's just waiting to be released. So who knows how it'll be released? I know I'm just ready to read that story. So let's get into September 27th, starting with none other than the return of Detective Comics with issue 1074. This is Rom V's mega saga happening here, much like the Action Comics War World saga that went on. This is just next level stuff right here. Longevity with the storytelling, and it goes deep into the history of the Bat characters. This is the story of the original Arkhams coming back to Gotham to reclaim their rightful place and reset the city. It's been a bumpy ride, and currently Batman is tethered with a demon that this family called the Orgums, which is like their old family name, have brought with them. They dabble in the mystic arts and all kinds of stuff like that, and it's been a wicked wild ride. It's been 2 months since we've had anything because of the Night Terror saga. So I'm excited to dive back in, get back in the groove of this. This has been my favorite ongoing Bat title. This hit the shelves, so let's get to it. Next up, perfect timing, we got Detective Comics. We have the return of Action Comics as well with issue number 1057, also a return from the 2-month hiatus for Night Terrors. We have that whole blue group organization that's like a eco-terrorist almost that teased us with their leader at the end of that last issue, and it looks like that leader is coming to the forefront, coming out in the limelight of Metropolis. Her name is Nora Stone, but we don't know who she is or why she is or what her motivations are. We just know that she has the ability to render the Superman family powerless. So she has her own team set to take up in their place, and we're going to see what happens with that. Steve Beach is continuing these beautiful covers. Like, what a cover artist. Everything he's done for this entire run has been a 10 out of 10. Cannot wait to get Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics back in my hand. Next up, coming in hot, we have Green Arrow issue number 4. This has been a massive fan favorite. With the new Dawn of DC stuff, all these titles have been slated as 6-issue stories, extended if sales deem it necessary. This one got extended before issue 1 even dropped. It's really the search for Ollie. He was presumed super dead in Justice League 75 with the whole death of the Justice League. The rest of the team, we found out, were sent to a pocket universe, but he got sent somewhere else under the fist of Doomsday. So it looks like he's bouncing around by choice through the multiverse, trying to avoid going home at all costs to keep the planet safe. We don't have all the details on it. The entire Arrow family is after him, trying to find him and save him, not knowing the situation fully. But we had the return of Parallax at the end of that last issue, looking like he's coming from the future to cause some havoc. We'll see what's going on with that. I'm excited to get more Green Lantern content inside of the Green Arrow book, because those two characters kind of just go together like peas and carrots. You know what I'm saying? Next up, the Scarlet Speedster is back. Issue 1 of The Flash under the Dawn of DC banner. Brand new creative team with Cy Sperrier writing it. Wally is still the focal point, which is fantastic. We know that he just really got resettled. Jeremy Adams wrote the most incredible run that just wrapped up right before Night Terrors. It was fantastic. It kind of put Wally back at the forefront, cleared up any kind of issues that character might have had, depending on your feelings of things like Heroes in Crisis and Fast Forward and all that. But Wally has been fully redeemed. We have Wally where he's supposed to be as the Flash, and he is. And he has all kinds of new abilities that he's finding out, ways to access and manipulate the Speed Force. And one of those things that's taking him beyond the Speed Force, where he hears a calling from a dark entity, and these new powers and abilities are going to take him cosmic, is what it's looking like. Cy Sperrier, in my experience, is more of a gritty, grounded, kind of mature content writer. That's kind of like his pocket. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do with a character like the Flash, who has that hopeful family vibe going with him currently. So it might be an abrupt shift. It might be smooth. It might not fit. I don't know. But all I know is I'm definitely along for the ride. I'm really excited about that one. And we're back with the Immortal Thor issue number 2. We have a Marvel title hitting my top 10 list here, which I'm excited about. The classic formula of Al Ewing, Alex Ross, and starting it in issue number 1, just like we did for Immortal Hulk. It seemed like it worked for issue 1 of this. And to be honest with you, it looked like a carbon copy. It was like watching Star Wars: A New Hope and Star Wars: The Force Awakens. You have the the ancient deities. You have the whole like play. What is it? The place of the low beneath all things or whatever it was. It was kind of very similar in its tone and style and its structure. You have like the place below all and the one below all, but what we have is like pretty much a dark multiverse of Asgard getting introduced called Utgard. And there's a dark multiverse character of each of the main players from Asgard. Except the thing is, all of them are like super powered to the max. And what you see there on the cover is Thoranus, the dark multiverse or Utgard Thor that's coming to just take him out in the city along with him. How's this going to play out? Who knows? Who knows? We're just getting started. Issue 1 was an oversized issue. It was a fun read. It was really solid. So I'm excited to see what we're going to do with this series right here. Next up, dude, this one's on everyone's list. I think everyone's looking forward to this. Void Rivals issue number 4. Our 2 title characters made it off the asteroid. They're villains from across the stars, and they decided to team up just for survival's sake, knowing that it could ultimately cost them their lives when their separate civilizations found out they worked together. Well, they're going to make it back home in this issue, is what it's looking like, and we're going to see the ramifications of their choices to make amends with each other versus dying on that rock. I'm also excited to see what kind of Energon Easter eggs will be jam packed into this one. We've already had the Transformer reveals and a few characters from the Transformer stuff along the way. It seems like each issue they're giving us another big Easter egg. So I cannot wait to see what it's going to be. Getting big time geared up for that Transformers number 1 that's dropping here in just a few weeks. This was the sleeper hit. This was the read of the week last month when this dropped. Dawn of DC, the Penguin. Didn't think I needed that. I stated on here, why are we even getting this? Who wants a Penguin book? Turns out this guy does. It was amazing. Tom King wrote this, and he did something that I didn't think was possible, but it reminded me immediately all of those Batman One Bad Day books that dropped. The only one that was worth its salt was that Riddler book, which was Eisner nominated across the board. Like, it was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was one of the best single issues of comics I've ever read. And it looks like he's doing that same thing with Penguin. He's taking someone like Oswald Cobblepot and making him dangerous, making him like completely formative, and really just putting some perspective on what a character like that really is. Somebody that's his stature, with his physical prowess, to be able to run the crime in all of Gotham, to be the lord of the criminal underground in Batman City. What does that really mean? That dude has to be tough, and that's how he's portrayed and shown in this. He's not walking around boxing people. He just carries this aura of fear and danger around him. And what's even most exciting about the second issue, the help is back. This is a character that was introduced in Batman Killing Time. It was an 8-issue miniseries last year. He was phenomenal. He was such a cool character. Didn't know if we'd ever see him again. There he is. So the Penguin has been tasked by the government with going and taking back control of the city since the events of his fake death last year. And to do that, he's going to need help. And the first person he goes to, the help. This dude's awesome. This dude's worth the price of admission alone. Cannot wait to get back into this one. And next up, I'm not going to bore everyone with this, but I am been blown away with this Darkest Hour stuff ever since this new writer came on to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It has been amazing through the roof again, getting Shattered Grid vibes. They've been teasing this big villain named Dark Spectre for years, little here and there. He showed up last week. He is there. We got the current Green Ranger under mind control from Rita, looking like he's about to die. The teams are fractured. The Omega Rangers are on the ropes. This is a true Power Rangers event. I believe it's supposed to go for the year. Like, I'm all in for this. If you were a Power Ranger fan and you're wondering, I wonder how the comics are, this is where you go. Darkest Hour. This right here. Go get at the front end of this and just strap in and enjoy the ride. Next up, what is sure to be the cover of the week. I ain't seen nothing that looks this cool yet. King Kong, The Great War, issue number 4. Not sure how many this is going to go for, but this has been a blast. If you're a MonsterVerse fan like I am, this is can't miss material right here. It goes back to World War I days. You have a U-boat crew that crashes on Skull Island, and mayhem ensues from there. Like trying to survive that island, not knowing if it's safe to stay by the water, get into the middle of the island. It's just been death after survival, and they're really having to dig deep and to see what it means and see what it takes and see what they're willing to do to last one more minute on this island, all while Kong has been stalking them from the distance. And it seems like only the captain really knows he's out there. And I'm just waiting for him just to see what he's going to do. Is he going to team up with these humans? He's going to help them survive. Is he going to be the death of them all? I cannot wait to get it. All of these covers right here, I believe they're the C covers. Phenomenal. Every single one of them, all the way up to this point, have been cover of the week when they drop. They have these old, like classic illustrated or old Gold Key comic painted aspects to them. It just hits. You don't get covers like that like we used to. And then rounding off the list, because of the Gotham War actually being pretty solid, being pretty interesting, there's parts that have me shaking my head and scratching my head, but it definitely has me wanting to know the answers and continuing to read it. We're getting a Gotham War Red Hood. I don't know if this is a one shot or one of two. I know the whole Gotham War thing is going to like come and go pretty quick. It's all happening inside the pages of Batman. It's just kind of like the crap show that is Gotham due to the absence of Batman for a little bit, taking that really long nap post Night Terrors. So Jason Todd seems to be one of the primary focus points of the Bat family. It's siding with Selena Kyle with her new look on crime in Gotham and her new strategy to clean up Gotham. What she's done is she's trained everyone's henchmen to stop henching, to stop killing for people like Freeze or Scarecrow, and to come work for her. What she'll do, she'll train you to be a proper cat burglar. That way you can go rob from rich people and no one gets hurt. Well, people have already died, and the Bat family does look at it as better than the alternative. At least they're not going out on murder streaks, and it was one of their own, one of the cat burglars that died trying to rob somebody, but crime across the board is down. So we have to address that. And Batman said, no, we don't. Shut it down. I'll have none of this. And the Bat family split. It's like him and Damian versus the idiots. Him and Damian have common sense. The rest of them lost their marbles, especially Jason, who's like the most susceptible to stuff like this. He's rough around the edges. He's a street kid. So we'll see how it goes. I just know that Batman's trying like hell to save the guy, and he's not listening. None of them are. But luckily, Damian smacked him in the face in the last issue of Batman and got out of there. Like, I cannot wait to see what happens with Damian when he gets a little minute around these people, and he's just he's got the ticket for him, I think. So I can't wait to dive into that. So let me know in the comments what's on your list. Also, a huge shout out to my homie Justin over on Instagram. If you need anything cleaner press, check out the description of my video. I got links to some fantastic people, including my local comic shop, ABX Comics and Games. That's where I pick up all my new comics from. If you're ever in the area, be sure to swing by there, check them out. Fantastic shop. And lastly, this is really important, everybody. Be sure to check out Comics Curing Cancer. I've set up the IG page. Myself, Rob Fat Sacks of Comics, and DJ Links, we all monitor it. This event is coming fast. Check out that page over there. That's where you can get the most up-to-date information, or reach out to any of us directly if you have any questions or want to make donations. Starting on this channel, October 20th, we will kickstart the 3-day event. We're aiming to raise $25,000 this year. We did 22 last year, all directly to the American Cancer Society. We don't hold money. We don't touch money. All your money goes directly to them. And this year, excited to say, we actually have an exclusive cover for the event that was donated by the Comic Mint. So big shout out to them. That was amazing. And lastly, if you want to support the community by checking out the cbcawards.org, that's the comic book community awards.org. I'm a finalist in numerous categories, but you don't have to vote for me. Go over there, find some new channels, vote for the ones you enjoy, and be sure to vote Sector 2815 for Guess That Keep. I'll put on a great show. And that's going to do it for this video. Again, let me know what you're picking up. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up in the eternal battle against the YouTube algorithm. That's the best way we can fight back. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to support the channel, be sure to check out some of the merch in the merch store, or consider hitting that join button and becoming a channel member. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.